Hello everyone, welcome to episode 6. In this one, I did mention the last time we might be getting into commands in this episode, but I realized we haven't set up our PlayerMoveEvent, so we're going to do that. Let's go to plugin components, add, call it PlayerMoveEvent, set it to an event listener, and press OK. Then we're going to set the event to PlayerMoveEvent. And we're going to say an if statement right away. And negate it. Set it to is null. And we are going to insert a method here. That is PlayerMoveEvent. And we're going to say get to location. And we're going to say from the current event. So if we moved to a new chunk, then it'll run this next code, which will be set a local variable inside, and I'm going to call it player. We're going to insert a method here, PlayerMoveEvent, get player from the current event. And then we are going to get our from chunk. So we're going to set a local variable. Say from chunk. Insert method. This one will be class location. Get chunk. And the location will be a method. PlayerMoveEvent. Get from, and then the current event. Then we're going to get the to chunk, which is very similar, so we'll copy this, paste after, get chunk, and get to. And then we'll say the current event. And next, we're going to write an if statement. So if, and we'll write a method. Chunk, chunk, and equals object. So if our from chunk equals our to chunk, then we don't want to do anything. So we'll put, we could set this to negated and then go through here, but I'm gonna put an else statement right under here. So else. So if the from chunk doesn't equal the to chunk, we run this, which will get our chunk x. So chunk x. And we'll insert a method. Chunk, chunk, get x. From our variable, which is chunk, or to chunk, sorry. And then we'll get our chunk z, get z, from our to chunk. And then we'll get the world, so set local variable, world, and this will be a method, so insert method. Chunk, get world from our to chunk. And then we'll get the world name. So set local variable, world name, insert a method, world, and then get name from our world variable. So just world. And then we are going to make our chunk key again. So set local variable, chunk key, and string concatenation. Insert variable, world name. This will be a string of semicolon. Then insert a variable, chunk x. Another string, semicolon. And then our variable for chunk z. So chunk z. And then we're going to do set a local variable for the entered region. So entered region, or let's call it entered claim, and we'll just set it to a blank string for now. And we'll set one more variable here. We'll call it claims. And we'll insert a method here, which will be configuration. Get configuration section. Insert a method. This will be Java plugin. Get config from this plugin. Oh, this plugin. And then the path will be a string called claims. And then we'll write an if statement right under here. And actually, hold up. We might want to do, we might want to schedule a task up here. So let's do schedule task, which is where? Right there. Schedule task, put it under the else statement. And we will set the delay to number 1. So this is 1 tick later, and cut this stack, paste it inside. Go back down, and then we get to this, which is our if statement, and we're going to negate it. And we're going to say is null, so if it isn't null, so it exists, then we'll run some more code. So we'll set the if statement to negated, is null, claims. So if it isn't null, if the claims exists, then we're going to set a local variable that gets our keys in the claims section. So we'll do insert method, configuration section, and we will write get keys. And this section will be a variable that is called claims. And then we'll insert a boolean and it'll be false. So set that to false. And then we'll do another if statement right here. And it'll be a number comparison. And it'll say method here, list, java.util.list, size. And then we will insert our variable for keys. So if the amount of keys is greater than or equal to 1, then we want to loop through the keys. So we'll do list loop, set a variable here, call it keys, and we'll set a local variable, which will be our loop value, but we'll call it region name. Insert, do loop value. And then set local variable for section path. And this will be string concatenation. Insert string claims dot. Insert variable. We'll say claim name. And we did get that, right? No, we haven't yet, so I think, actually, let's call this, let's do region name instead, and that'll be the loop value. So then we'll do plus, insert string dot claimed regions. And that'll be that. And we'll set another local variable, which will be our claimed regions section. Insert a method here of configuration and get configuration section. And then we will insert a method here that says Java plugin get config from this plugin. And the path will be our section path. Then we're going to want another if statement. So if, and this will say method configuration section. Where is that? Configuration section contains and we'll say if it contains, oh wait, we gotta say the claimed regions section, and then say the path is our chunk key, so variable chunk key. Then we set a local variable, so set local variable, and this will be our entered claim, and we'll set it to the region name. So variable region name. And basically this is saying that if the player has entered a region that is claimed, then we're going to get the name of that claimed region. And then after our list loop, we are going to set another variable. So set local variable, do player UUID string. This will be a method of UUID to string, insert method, player, get unique ID. Sorry if you hear that noise, that's my cat running around like crazy. He's got the zoomies. But next, we're going to insert our variable for player. So player, good, and then we'll do set local variable. This will be our current claim path. Holy crap, my cat's nuts. Insert string concatenation here. The first will be string players dot insert variable, our player UUID string. Insert another string, and that'll be current claim. Then we'll set a local variable for the previous claim, and this will be a method configuration get string, and then insert a method here, and it'll be Java plugin get config from this plugin. And the path will be our variable of current claim path. And then we're going to want another if statement, so we'll write if under here, and we'll negate it, and we'll say is equal. So if this object isn't equal to this because it's negated, then our first one will be the entered claim, and then we'll enter empty string here. So if entered claim isn't an empty string, then we want to do some stuff. So we'll write another if statement, negate this one as well, and we'll say is equal, and we'll write a variable in here for the entered claim. Insert another variable, and this is previous claim. So if the one we entered isn't the same as the previous claim, then we're going to want to display a title on the screen saying what region they just entered. So we'll do a method inside of here of player type. So player send title, And we want title or title send title string int like this. Then we'll insert our variable for player. We'll insert a method here, which will be our chat color method, and translate alternate color codes. Insert a string here that is and then insert variable entered claim. So the name of the entered claim. And then actually here, let's do this. Let's cut this, do string concatenation with the first string as and a for green, light green. And then we'll insert our variable for entered claim. That way it displays the name as a green text. And the subtitle, we'll just enter string territory. The fade in, we will say 10 ticks, which is a number, so 10. Stay for number 40 ticks. You can either do 30 or 40, somewhere in between there is good, but we'll do 40 in this case. Then we'll do our fade out ticks, which is 10. And then we'll do a method. So method, and this will be configuration, and set string object like this. And our configuration, so we'll do method Java plugin get config from this plugin, and then the path is going to be our variable of current claim path, and we will call it the variable or value the entered claim. So what claim is this is the path to our current claim, which says what claim the player is physically and currently inside of. So then we set it to the entered claim value. So this is the claim that we have entered. And then we just want to do method, and we will save the config here. So Java plugin, save config from this plugin. Next, we're going to want to come down to this first if statement, come to the bottom of it, and put another if statement. So if, and then we'll say is equal, and we'll say a variable of entered claim. Entered claim is equal to string empty. Then we'll set a local variable, set local variable, previous claim, and we'll insert a method here, which will be configuration, get string, insert, let's just come up here, copy our method to get the configuration, paste it in there, and we'll say our variable current claim path. Then we'll write an if statement down here, and it will be negated, and we'll say is equal. So if our variable for previous claim is equal to an empty string, or is not equal to an empty string because we negated it, then we're going to do another method inside of here, which is player, and then send title, and we want string int, insert a variable for player. Then we'll do another chat color thing, so we'll just come up here, copy our method, and paste it in, and then we will say, for this one, we're going to say and C, so it's light red, and we will say Actually, we don't need string concatenation. We can just go like this. Insert string and see wilderness. So this is when you leave a claimed region, then it'll say you have just entered the wilderness. So then we enter a string for the subtitle, and we'll say unclaimed. Yeah, unclaimed land. Just like that. And then our fade in will be a number. Just do 10 ticks again. Stay will be a number, 40 ticks. Insert another number for the 10 ticks fade out. And then all we want to do is set our current claim to an empty string. So let's do method. Oh, put it inside of there under this first method. And it'll say class configuration and set string object. And the configuration will be this, so copy that, paste it in here, and the path is our variable for the current claim path, and the value will just be our entered claim. And then we want to save the config again, so we'll do method Java plugin save config from this plugin. And I believe that is all we need for our player move event. And so yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. We are almost there. We have probably about 2 more parts to go, which will now be the commands. And just keep in mind that the commands is going to be a long one. It's going to be a big file. So just be aware of that. Other than that, I hope you guys have enjoyed and are learning lots. And I'll see you guys in episode 7. Thanks for watching. Peace out.